Hello everybody, this is my arts presentation on cave art and why why they did it. I'm going over the Shufford Cave right there. I'm going to cover 3 pieces of art that was in that cave that kind of made me think about why they did it, why they did it in caves, and I'm just going to show you some of the cool art I found when I was researching this topic. So the first one is the bears in the caves. These would have been located at the entrance of the cave when I was reading about it from the website. But it was just really cool how they followed the contours of the cave right there. Like you could see where the rocks, where they like painted that red sort of paste over, and like the big elongated foreheads. There's actually a crease right there in the cave that they talk about whenever they're discussing this. But I just think it was really cool how like the crease of the arms too are also part of the cave. Like the images that they made in the caves were part of the art. So like the cave and the drawings itself they're all part of the art. And they all bring it together to kind of show just kind of the creativity they had. And there's more back there following him. And he's not completely complete. You can see his lower legs not there, but it's just really cool how they showed that. And this is, if you would like to pause the video and read this is just kind of an overview of kind of how they made it, a description of it, better than I can say. This is what I kind of rewrote from the website, what I thought about it. And you can see the website right here is where I got the picture and the image from. But it basically just talks about how they covered on there, pasted where it was located. I believe it was located at the entrance of the cave where it originally would have been, way back in prehistoric times. But another or 2 cool ones that I found was, first off, was like the first use of like pointillism, where you just do a bunch of dots to create an image, and that's supposed to be the image of a mammoth, which I thought was really cool. And it made me think they were having to do this either by torchlight or just completely in the dark. So whenever I did my, kind of art appreciation of this, I blindfolded myself and I tried to draw dots in where I thought, hey, this would be kind of a cool mammoth sort of deal. So I when I show you this, my personal art piece from this is copying that mammoth right there, and I thought it was really cool. And the lower one is horses, and these were actually carved. These weren't pasted onto the cave; they were carved into the cave, which I thought was really unique, since I figured it would be very hard to do. You're trying to hold a torch and carve down there. That seems like kind of excessive. But that was really interesting to me. And there's a couple more. There's actually an owl that was also carved in here. I don't have a picture of it, but I thought it was really cool how they put that in there. And then this is an overview of the horses. The horse is located near the owl, as it'll say on there. It's the same website that I got the pictures and my information from. But I just like how everything flowed in the cave. They incorporated the curves and the contours of the cave into their artwork. And it did make you wonder, like, why, if you can see in this horse right here, there's just a bunch of random markings right there. And they didn't really know, and I don't really know. I think it's probably like grass or something, wheat, but it just kind of made you think, why did they make the body so big, the head so big, and then they made the legs real, like, super, super small. You can see right there. They're all really small legs. It just makes you wonder. And I guess that might have been their style at the time, but I just thought that was really cool and how they did that, and just interesting. And so this is my take on why they chose caves to make the artwork in, and why they did it. And I'll do the purpose first, since you'll see it right here. It's just because they're bored. I think a lot of creativity, and even now, and especially back when you had spears and you sat around a campfire, you didn't have like all these distractions that we have now in the modern era. I feel like they might have just gotten bored with what they were doing and just decided, hey, I'm gonna go make some animals on the wall. That's kind of the purpose of it. They could have used it to record some history or some of the bigger hunts or like well-known people with handprints. There's red handprints in the caves as well. And why they did it in the caves, I'm a practical person. I think they did it because it was a safe place to do it. They didn't have to be on guard like they had to be out in the wild. Where I mean, these were dangerous times. I believe that it would be really hard to make art and be looking around your shoulder every other second, making sure a tiger or something's not gonna jump on you. But and they just let me see. Let me read. Yeah, it's just creativity has been around forever. I don't think there was ever a time when humans were around that they weren't having some grand idea. But yeah, just creativity, boredom. I mean, whenever you're creative and you want to make something and you're bored, art comes out of that. And sometimes they pursue that. And I pursued it in this right here to show you. So keep in mind, I blindfolded myself whenever I made this. And I was just trying to think about, hey, I'm in a cave where it's really dark. This is my beautiful mammoth right here that I drew out of dots, like how it was made in the cave. Now, I tried to make some charcoal, there's a burning stick, but whenever I tried to put it on this paper, it just tore it. So I just used a pencil. But you can see, I started off with the main body by making a big circle of dots, and I made just a bunch of little legs. And that's supposed to be tail. We kind of got out there, but trunk, tusks, and yeah,